So one of the features that you get with LeadPages is the ability to do split testing. So split testing is where you take your original page and create a duplicate. So it can either be a slightly moderated version of your original, or it could be a completely different second page. And fundamentally what you're trying to do is you're trying to increase the conversion rate that you have from your traffic. So I'll show you this as an example just so that you can see exactly how it works. So you can see the number of people going to these different pages and how many people are converting. So for the toolkit we've got a 50% conversion rate, which is really high, but if we wanted to try another page to see whether we could get that conversion rate slightly higher, I'll show you how to do that. So all you would do is click on the edit button, and that will take you into it, and then you've got this A/B test at the top. So all we want to do is add a new variation. And here we can choose whether it's just going to be a copy of the original one to start off with, or we could go and take a completely different template and do something new. Or one of your other existing lead pages that you've already got. So for this one, we'll just stick with the original and alter that. And again, all you would do is exactly the same as before when you're customizing it. You would just click onto it, edit the text, and save it. And again, you might want to alter this. And again, the rule with conversion rate optimization, which is part of what split testing is you really want to test big changes. If you're just tweaking really small things like the odd word or what have you, the difference that will make will be minimal. And again, if you've not got a huge amount of traffic going to this particular page, you're never really going to reach a conclusion where you know that one page is better than the other with any kind of statistical significance. So big changes always beat small changes, and the advantage of it is, you know, even if the conversion rate goes down, you can keep playing around with it, and any improvements that you make to your conversion rate are there for as long as those changes remain. So you just want to test often, see what works for you, and implement those changes once you figure out which ones do convert at the highest rate. So it's really good. Let's say if you wanted to try and get the first name field as well, but you're not sure the impact that that's having on your conversion rate, you could ask for both bits of information, so a valid email and their first name, and see if your conversion rate drops significantly because you're asking for that first name. Then you can just remove that and you'll know that it's better just to get their email address because more people will fill it in. But obviously the ability to personalize your emails to your audience is something that's worth trying to do. So yeah, it's just a balancing act, but at least this way you can test to see what does work, what doesn't work, and have a bit of data to make those decisions. So let's do that. So we're going to test this one where we're asking now for the first name and their email address. And when we come out of this, so we can see that Toolkit now shows the AB. So it does reset your data, so that's one thing to be aware of. But yeah, it's just going to be useful to do these tests so that you're able to improve your conversion rate. You don't need any third-party split test software to do this. This is all a feature that's built within LeadPages anyway. You do have to be on a slightly higher, I think it's the Pro package, in order to get this feature, but it's something that's definitely worth having, and you get other features as well that are included. So I think one of them is lead link, so we'll do another video to do with that in the future. But yeah, but split testing, if you know anything about conversion rate optimization, it's the one way to make those changes and get the improvements on there. I think quite often, I've certainly been guilty of this in the past, is that you make changes to your website just on a gut instinct, and sometimes those gut instincts are right and you'll improve the conversion rate, but without split testing you're never really sure if all the tweaks and the changes that you're making are actually having an impact or a positive impact on your conversion rate. So you could spend a lot of time tweaking and making changes that maybe look aesthetically pleasing to yourself. Maybe your site looks good, but if it's not getting people signed up onto your email list, if people aren't buying your products, then obviously you're just really wasting your time. So I really would encourage you to do some split testing with your website. If you're using LeadPages and you haven't got the software, there is a way of doing that using Google Analytics. So they have a split testing tool. It's not real-time data and it can be a little bit fiddly to set up. So I would recommend, if you've got LeadPages, to play around with the split testing feature, just because it does make it a lot quicker and a lot easier to do.